get it started with Eric, who joins us in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Eric, how can we help?
Hey, how's it going?
We're having a blast. What's going on with you?
Not much. So my situation is my girlfriend and I have been together now for about 11 years, 9 of which we have lived together, and we also have a 4-year-old son. A little bit before our son was born, I kind of took on the majority of everything that's financially related, such as, expenses and bills and such. And it's been about almost a full year now since I've been listening to Dave Ramsey and the crew nonstop, and it's got me thinking about marriage, since I know what he says about keeping finances separated when you're not actually married and such. And when I think about marriage, I feel good about it. It makes sense to tie the knot, both legally and also spiritually. However, I also get these feelings of a little bit of anger and resentment since I'm the sole financial provider right now. So my question is, do I get married and accept my role as what would be, husband, father, and sole provider, since right now she said she wants to be a stay-at-home mom? And if I do, if so, how do I move forward dealing with, any feeling of resentment that tends to creep up?
Man, you unpacked a lot here. Let's start with a couple of things. What are you still apprehensive about after 11 years, a decade?
I don't know. I guess I just got used to, what we were doing. I think
what would be different, man? What would be different if you're married?
That's the thing. Absolutely nothing, really.
Whoa!
Except everything, right? Except everything.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Wow.
And so the second thing is when you talk about you're finally going to accept this responsibility, that's nonsense,
okay,
brother. You've already accepted it. You've got a kid. That responsibility is yours. You've committed to somebody for over a decade. That responsibility you've already taken on. So it sounds like you've got some kind of magical unicorn barrier to this idea of quote-unquote marriage. The second thing is, what are you getting mad about, dude? What are you getting frustrated about?
Yeah, that's the thing, and it was hard to even admit that I felt some sort of resentment, even to myself, but I just noticed it creeping up every now and then.
What are you resenting?
I guess, when our son was first born, I thought, 6 months and she'll be back to work, and then a year later and a couple years later, and I guess really it's just temporary.
Brother Eric, have you ever stayed at home for an extended period of time with a youngster?
Oh, man, a couple times, yeah, and I'm waiting for her to get back.
I'm going to weigh in here. I've been very patient, and I can no longer wait. So, Eric,
okay,
I'm going to take a stab at something here, and I don't mind being wrong. It's happened before. I think that the source of the resentment is that you aren't where you want to be financially. You aren't where you want to be in your life, and you feel like if she worked full time outside of the house, she could help you get where you want to be, and you're allowing your own disappointment or your own disillusionment with where you're at to actually creep off of you and over onto her. I think that's what's really going on. Yes or no?
Yeah, I think that is a big part of it, hearing you say that. And at the same time, I feel like in a rush to get somewhere where I think I want to be.
Here's my concern, and I'm going to let John, you pick up here. I just am concerned that if you don't get healthy on your own problems with where you are at, that getting married is going to be an even bigger problem. You resent her now, and you should not resent her. It's not a her problem. Correct. It's a you problem. I'm not beating up on you. But I would tell you right now, no. Don't get married until you get healthy. John?
Eric, I want to go back to something you said a minute ago and just stop myself for a second, and I want to applaud you. Most men who find themselves frustrated and angry, even if it's about things they know they probably shouldn't be frustrated or angry about, don't have the courage to say it out loud, so I want to high-five you.
That is true.
Okay? Good for you, Eric. You're way ahead of the curve.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
You're 34. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to say something that pretty direct, okay, just because we're on the radio and we're on a clock.
All right.
You've got to accept the fact that you've got to grow up.
Okay.
Okay? One of the things that we do often is we continually think back to the way things were. Look how cool it was when we were 18. And look how cool it was when we first met. And we had freedom. We were able to run around. Look at the things we were able to do when we had a dual income. Look at the things we can't do now because we have a kid. And what happens is you start dragging your old stuff into the future, trying to keep your future connected to your past. Brother, you've got a new world. You have a child. You have a stay-at-home mom who's trying to raise that kid the best she can. You got to love her, brother. I'm going to side with Ken. You got to take care of you, go see somebody, and then you go get married.
Eric, stop asking, am I where I want to be, and start asking, am I who I want to be? Get that figured out, everything else will take care of itself.